That's what happened, sir, I believe.
No, sir, I don't.
That's
you were
the
not.
problem.
Excuse me, sir. You were not in the room. Let me answer the question. You were not in the room.
I've got the microphone,
sir. You've said that.
I had no idea.
Secondly, sir, let me finish.
Mr. Christie, I have no debate.
There was contentious argument about a lot of things. I don't know. This is part of the agreement.
I have to read. No.
You know, Tom, you must be the thinnest-skinned guy in America, because you think that's a confrontational tone. Then, you know, you should really see me when I'm pissed. Here it is. Bigger government, higher taxes, more spending. I believe in less government, lower taxes, and in empowering local officials who are elected by their citizens to be able to fix their problems. That may lead to a disagreement or two. Now, I could say it really nicely. I could say it in the way that you all might be more comfortable with. You know, maybe we could go back to the last administration where I could say it in a way you wouldn't even understand it. Okay? I mean, that's the stuff that drives people nuts about government. And that's the stuff the Obama administration should answer for. You know, are you guys just down there checking boxes like mindless drones? Or are you thinking, because what you want to have happen is to have a firestorm of reform of our education system in New Jersey, which is necessary.
Asking teachers to contribute 1.5% of their salary to pay for their health benefits is the greatest assault on public education in the history of New Jersey. All right. I have to tell you something. Sure, all of you have or have had children in school. Do you really think that your child is now stressed out and unable to learn because they know that their poor teacher has to pay 1.5% of their salary for their health benefits? Has any of your children come home, have any of them come home, and said to you, Mom, Dad, please, just pay for my teacher's health benefits and I'll get A's, I swear. But I cannot take the stress that's being presented by a 1.5% contribution to health benefits. Now, you're all laughing, right? This is the crap I have to hear. This is for real.
And you're not compensating me for my education, and you're not compensating me for my experience. That's
Well, you know what? Then you don't have to do it. I mean, you know, the simple fact of the matter is...
Teachers do it because
The simple fact of the matter is this.
Teachers do it because they love it.
Well, that's
the
good.
only
Well, then...
reason I do it.
Well, and listen, and teachers go into it knowing what the pay scale is. Teachers go into knowing all that.
He's still putting money in for universal pre-K because he's decided that the government should babysit for children. It's simply wrong.
This is the stuff, candidly, that drives people crazy about government and crazy about Washington. The first part of it is the mistake of putting the wrong piece of paper in. Drives people crazy, and believe me, I'm not thrilled about it. But the second part is, does anybody in Washington, D.C. have a lick of common sense? Pick up the phone and ask us for the number.
Hey, listen, you know what? You want to yell at me. But don't give her a hard time. We're here talking about the future of the state of California and the future of our country. And you know what? Let me tell you this. You know what? It's people who raise their voices and yell and scream like you that are dividing this country. We're here to bring this country together, not to divide it.
You know, we got them standing in the doorway of the Senate saying they won't even hold a hearing on an enormously qualified Supreme Court nominee. You know, but that's not combative or confrontational. Of course not. You know, only I'm combative or confrontational.
People who use New Jersey Transit have to pay for New Jersey Transit. They still pay much less than 50% of what it costs to run New Jersey Transit. There's a $300 million deficit. Governor Corzine should have raised the fares last year. He didn't. He was running for re-election. And instead, he used $160 million of stimulus money all at one time to forestall a fare increase because he wanted to be re-elected. I'm sorry that I have to be the responsible one in the room, but I got to do it.
Okay, listen, I think we got a pretty good track record here of my relationship with the teachers union. So, I mean, remember, this is the group that prayed for me to die. So, you know, to say that we're not on the best terms at the moment probably would be an understatement.
You're cutting a third of the money from our budget for the library in this town. And it's a travesty.
Well, you know what? Unlike the United States of America, the state of New Jersey can't print money.
This administration has done nothing but lambaste us and tell us what horrible schools we have. I feel like you have alienated so many people with your rhetoric about how we are bilking this state of all this money. When I'm a taxpayer, and because of the budget cuts that you have implemented, I'm going to have a hard time paying my bills this year.
Well, a few things. First of all, I have not lambasted the public school system in the state of New Jersey. What I have lambasted, well, listen, let's start with this. I stood here and very respectfully listened to you. If what you want to do is put on a show and giggle every time I talk, well, then I have no interest in answering your question.
But I have to ask you something. Do you care very much about public opinion polls that show that some folks are real angry with you right now?
Listen, I can't say I don't care. I mean, everybody wants to know how people feel about them.
Do you think about it a lot?
I'm unmoved by it.
You're
unmoved by it.
But don't you need people to follow you in order to go where it is you want to go?
I feel like plenty of people are following me.
Here's the thing, you know, maybe this will help explain it to you a little bit. I have an Irish father, and I had, before she passed away 6 years ago, a Sicilian mother. Now, for those of you who have been exposed to the combination of Irish and Sicilian, it has made me not unfamiliar with conflict.